Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. Now, I also do stream on YouTube as well, so if you ever wanted to join in on Don't Starve Together, you're more than welcome to. But let's talk about something that people have always been a little bit confused about, and that is how to actually mine during nighttime. I'm going to kind of showcase at the beginning of dusk, and then hopefully we can get into nighttime just a little bit so I can showcase exactly how to do it. I'll show it outside of nighttime and within nighttime so you can kind of get an idea of both. So essentially what you need obviously to mine is none other than a pickaxe. For the sake of this video, of course, I am in creative mode, so just in case you're curious why I'm not actually using the utilities or the resources to do so, it requires 2 twigs and 2 flint in order to make a pickaxe. Then you're going to need to get yourself, obviously, a torch, which is 2 grass and 2 twigs. You can also, of course, use other methods for mining at nighttime, which, you know, are pretty generic. You can make yourself a fire, put your fire down. You can create yourself any type of light source, whether it be a miner hat, moggles, or, you know, just generic lantern. But of course, if we're wandering around at the very beginning, or if we seem to get lost and we want to actually go through the process of mining at nighttime, and we might not have the resources to put down a campfire, or we don't have the other stuff, and all we have in our hand is a trusty little torch, well, there are a few options at hand. So let's go ahead and showcase exactly how to do that. It's pretty simple, but nonetheless, in case you get a little bit confused, I will showcase it once before dusk or before night hits, and again after. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to hold your torch and you're going to click on your pickaxe. While your pickaxe is equipped, you're going to click on here. Your character will begin to mine and of course will stop because there's no mine. But you can continuously click on here while it's nighttime and you will continue to actually chop or mine whatever you decide to do. You can actually chop trees as well, so keep that in mind. Of course, at nighttime, I'll be able to showcase this a little bit easier. And if you're using mods like Action Q that I like to use a lot, your character will continuously chop and or smash whatever it decides to do in the vicinity until it's completely broken. So I might suggest using a mod called Action Q Reborn. But if you decide that you don't want to do that, and all of a sudden night decides to hit you without you knowing it, well, here we go. So once again, we're going to go through the process of clicking this. And it's a little bit harder this time. So we're going to click it once, and your character's going to chop. You're going to click it again, your character's going to chop. This is why a mod like Action Q Reborn will actually help you trigger by doing it continuously. So of course, it's not as simple as using, you know, basically a campfire or using a miner hat or using a lantern. But if you are using a mod called Action Q Reborn, it does help to do so. But if you don't want to do that, you're going to basically be forced to essentially mine one at a time until the rock is completely or the boulder is completely smashed. Like I said, it's not the most ideal situation, but it definitely can be done. It takes a few hits in order to do this. And of course, it's not as easy to do it without actually clicking on here. But keep in mind, it is doable. It just takes a few extra hits. And there you go. And then you're all done. So that is one way to actually do it with just using a torch. It just does take a long time unless you are using a mod. I don't always suggest using mods, especially if you haven't been using mods thus far. But I do love Action Q Reborn, which basically does exactly that for you, just in a faster format. Of course, if that is your only route of actually going around, but it would be better if you finally had a chance to make yourself a nice miner hat. I know they're a little bit pricey and expensive to actually get, depending on how long you've been playing the Don't Starve Together, but I would recommend getting yourself a lantern, moggles, and or a miner hat if you do decide to roam around at nighttime. But if you do have a torch, there are endless opportunities. You can also, of course, go ahead and do other methods, which are basically burning a piece of grass on the ground while doing so, which will eventually just cause a little bit of ash to be there. It's not really resource intensive. I don't really like doing that. You can also set a tree on fire if you're in the midst of basically chopping something down close by you. But that is one way, of course, to actually go through the process of mining. So feel free to use it if you like. Feel free to use it. Feel free to not if you don't like it. But I think it's a cool method nonetheless. And like I said, if you are using a mod, it does help a ton. I obviously love Action Q Reborn. I know a lot of people out there that use it. But like I said, if you're not used to using mods, to each their own. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching.